right, Tom, thanks. Did you know 13% of vehicles on the road right now have at least one bald tire, which means as many as 33 million cars on the road are at risk. And today, Mr. David Hay is a local tire dealer, and he's here with some tips from the Rubber Manufacturers Association on how to be tire smart this holiday season. David, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
And we were just discussing, it looks like, and I don't know, many people probably don't know this about me. I have little quirky things. Two things that really upset me when I'm traveling on the roads. One, expired tags on other people's cars, and bald tires. I can see them. I'm like, that's so dangerous. So what we're finding now, based on the statistics, more people are driving around with bald tires.
Right. The economy has really caused a lot of problems with people being able to properly maintain their vehicles, so they're delaying that, and that's causing dangerous driving conditions. So things you should do, you should check your inflation monthly. But let's say that you don't, and you are driving, your oil change isn't due for 6 or 8 months. All of a sudden you drop a pound a month, that's 8 pounds. All of a sudden that's as much as 25% of the capacity of the tire. So you're really underinflated. That means you can't carry the load that the car was designed for. So you're on the road with gifts and kids and all that in the car, and you're driving on a tire that's 25% uninflated. And that's a real danger. So then the other part of that is that same percentage under inflation translates into reduced gas mileage.
Right.
So, you know, people are looking at how much a gallon of gas costs. Well, if your tires are properly inflated, that can translate to as much as 10 cents a gallon in fuel savings.
And what are some issues with having bald tires? Some of the problems that you can run into.
So here's an easy thing anybody can do. You get a penny.
I've done this before.
Shiny penny, and you get Lincoln's head, put it straight down, and you stick it in the tread.
And that's in the grooves that go around this way.
In the tread, in the grooves. And if you can see all of Lincoln's head, then your tire's worn out. But you got to do it in a couple of spots on the tire, or else you can be in a situation like this. Looks great from here.
And this has happened to me before on the inside of the tire.
There you go. So this is on the inside. It's underneath the car. You can't see it, but this is a situation where the alignment was out. And the front end alignment caused this tire to wear, and that's a dangerous tire. That's the cord, the body of the tire being exposed. And if you just glance at your tires from the side and don't do the penny test in a couple of places, you can miss this, hop on the road, and you're in a real dangerous situation.
All right, well, in the last minute that we have, let's give people some tips on how, especially if they're going to be traveling out for the holidays coming up, give them some tips on how to really stay up on the maintenance of their tires.
Well, sure. And the easiest thing to do is know your tire dealer. And if you know your tire dealer, then they know tires. Go to them and ask them to check the inflation before you go. And anybody will do it. We do it.
And they'll top it off. They'll put the air necessary in that.
And make sure that that's done. You know, the things that I talked about, fuel economy, 10 cents a gallon is a big deal these days. And then the issue about underinflation and what that means to load carrying capacity, your ability for the car to handle like it's supposed to, cornering, wet driving.
That's right, because that can cause the car to when it hits a pocket of water, to kind of slide.
It does.
There's no traction when it's a bald tire.
You hydroplane when you're underinflated. Bald tire even makes that worse. So all of those things are things you need to do before you go on the trip, and not just the last minute, but a day or week ahead.
All right, David, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you, because I know your brother. He's been taking care of my bones for years. Well, stay with us. We've got your consumer headlines. Plus, Penelope Jean is in the house with your pop news. That's next on Lowcountry Live.